safe and fine at home every day. In every lecture, you are listening this, no? That you are safe, you are safe. Yes, students. It's very important to be safe at home. Okay. So, students, I welcome all of you in this EVS2 online learning session. And we are going to start. No, we are not going to start. We are going to continue the lesson historic period which we have started in the last module. In this lesson number 10, in historic period, we have already completed the part what is culture. Yes? Do you remember? We have discussed about the festivals, customs, traditions. Yes? That is nothing but what? Our culture. After that, we have seen the ancient civilizations in river valleys. Yes? Why these civilizations flourished on the banks of the river that we have already discussed. Yes? What was the reason? Yes, correct students. The fertile land and the constant flow of water supply, and because of these three reasons, what happened? These ancient civilizations flourished on the banks of the rivers. Later on, we have seen that these civilizations which flourished on the banks of the rivers are called riverine civilizations. And here till here we have completed that riverine civilizations. Which are those four riverine civilizations that we are going to see in detail today, as well as the sports and entertainment. So students, let us begin with the ancient riverine civilizations. We all know that there are four ancient riverine civilizations. Which were they? Mesopotamia, Egypt, China and Harappa. So we are going to see in detail about all these four civilizations. Okay, let's begin with the Mesopotamia. Students, you know what is the meaning of the Mesopotamia? Mesopotamia means the land between two rivers. I have told you, I have shown this to you in the last period also, that Mesopotamia is the land between the two rivers. This is the name of the region, not the country. Are you getting it? So which are those two rivers where this Mesopotamia civilization had been flourished? So the name of the two rivers were Tigris and Euphrates. Okay, can you see these two names? Yes, exactly. So Mesopotamia means what? The land between two rivers, and this particular river flows from Syria, Turk and Iraq. From these three countries, these particular rivers flow. And the great cities of the Mesopotamia are Ur. Here you can see the Ur, Uruk and Nippur. The names are different, no? No problem students, but they are easy to remember. And these are the three cities, Ur, Uruk and Nippur, are very prosperous cities, very healthy, very wealthy cities of the Mesopotamia. Are you clear with this Mesopotamia civilization, students? Yes, this is nothing but what? The land between the two rivers. The name of the two rivers were Euphrates and the Tigris. And these particular rivers flows from the Syria, Turk and Iraq. And we all know the great countries, the great sites or the great cities of these civilizations were Ur, Uruk and Nippur, which is used to be a very prosperous cities. So this is what one of the riverine civilization. Why this is called riverine civilization? Because this particular civilization flourished on the banks of the river. Okay. So next riverine civilization which we are going to see is Egypt civilization. See students, the Egypt civilization. Can you see this yellow mark? Yes, this is yellow is what? This is the civilization, and the blue color is what? The water. Now, this particular water is from Nile River. So, Egypt civilization developed on the bank of the river Nile. Okay. Now, let's see this particular Nile River. This flows from the northeastern part of Sahara Desert. Are you clear with it? This particular Nile River flows from the northeastern part of the Sahara Desert, which is in North Africa. Now, what is the reason that this particular Egypt or civilization flourished over here? Because of the river Nile. This is called the life of the Egypt, because this particular Nile River flooded every year. And over there, and because of that, what happened? The land became fertile. Yes or no? And the another reason is what? The people, what they used to do, they used to build these small embankments near to the river. Why? You know what is the small embankment means what? Here there are, you can see the puddles, okay, which can be used to store the water, and that particular water can be used later on for the irrigation. Understood? And these are the reasons that this Egypt civilization flourished on the bank of the river Nile. With that particular Nile river is called the life of the Egypt. Clear with this? Okay. Next. Next we are going to see the another civilization is called China civilization. Students, again the China civilization. Last time also I have told you. Yes, this particular China civilization flourished on the bank of the river. The Chinese name it is Ong-A. H is silent. Ong-A. Now it is believed, or it is as per the tradition of the China, it is believed that the king Ongdi, he introduced agriculture, animal husbandry, wheeled carts, chariots, boats and clothing in China. Are you clear with this? And not only with this, but it is also believed that the queen invented the technique of silk production and the silk dyeing. Okay, students. So, the important cities of the China civilization were Liang, Beijing and Shanghai. All these are the Chinese name. Okay, so this is what the China civilization. See students, again and again, I don't want to tell you that why these are called the riverine civilization, because they are flourished and developed on the banks of the river. And the last riverine civilization which we are going to see is the Harappa civilization. You know Harappa civilization, which is flourished near to the Indian subcontinents. Okay, here see students, this is also called one of the earliest civilization which was flourished on the Indus Valley. Students, Indus is the name in English. In Hindi or in Marathi, you can say this is Sindhu River, and on the bank of the Sindhu River, Harappa civilization developed. Then we all know that the Harappa, which is in Punjab, and Mohenjo-daro, which was in Sindh, they were developed near to the Sindhu River. But students, these both the cities, not in India now, both the cities are in Pakistan. Alright. Here you can see the famous cities of Harappa. They are Lothal and Dola Vira in Gujarat and the Kalibangan in Rajasthan. So these are the two important cities which are from Harappa civilization, which developed and flourished during the Harappa civilization. Next we are going to see that, see students, though they are very ancient earliest civilization, but they are considered a very important and developed civilization. You know, everything was a planned. Okay, so let us see the town planning in this civilization. What kind of town planning it was? It is called the systematic town planning. Have you seen such type of systematic planning nowadays? No, we cannot see that type of planning. Okay, if you go that New Mumbai side, then definitely you can see over there, because these are the planned cities. Okay, first they have planned and then these cities were developed. Okay, so that type of town planning have been done in that period in the ancient civilization, students. You know, houses were built by using the blocks, and the parallel roads were there crossing each other into the right angle. Why this was the reason why these particular houses built in such a way? Because of the cross current of the air, students. The ventilation should be proper, the sunlight should be proper, and when it is possible, when it has a plan. Okay. Next is the next feature of that town planning as the huge granaries and houses, spacious houses were there. You know what is the meaning of the granaries? The store houses where you can store the grains and all. I am going to show you the picture of the granary also. And very huge and spacious houses were there, as well as the covered and the drainage system which was completely covered. You know what was the reason? That time also the people used to think about the health of the people, the hygiene of the people. Yes or no? Nowadays if you see, how the drainage systems are everywhere open, leaked, but no, it was not like that into the ancient civilization. It was done in the proper planning. So the properly the drainage were covered, and everywhere the private wells and the public wells were built. And for the betterment, what they had done, they had divided that particular village into the 2 to 4 parts. So this was what a perfect town planning during the ancient civilization. Now, see students, I told you that I will show you the picture of the granary. Granary is what? It is like a storehouse where the people can store the grains, their weeds, whatever they are going to grow into their agriculture. Understood? So this is what the town planning. Next we are going to see is your pots of the Harappans. What kind of pots were they? See students, well baked. It is considered that for the first time in the Harappa civilization, the pots were baked. Okay, and beautiful red color was given. Variety of designs were there. Designs in the sense on those pots, the designs were drawn of a people leaves and the fish scales. Next, that is those particular pots produce metallic sounds when they have been tapped. Okay, when you tap it, what kind of sound it will produce? The metallic sound it will get produced. And the craftsmen, Harappan craftsmen were highly skilled. Okay, and well skilled in making the bronze objects and the beads from the precious stones. Are you clear with this? And these things in the Harappa civilization were very famous, were in great demand. And the Harappan people, they never know, or even we don't know that whether they had god or goddesses. We don't know yet. But the seals, the Harappan seals and some figurines tells us that they used to worship the god Pashupati and the mother goddess. Alright. So have you all clear with these 4 riverine civilizations? Mesopotamia, Egypt, China and Harappa. Next we are going to see the sports and entertainment. See students, this is the pot which I have told you that which has been designed in the people leaves. Okay. So next let us see about the sports and entertainment during the ancient civilization or these riverine civilization. So the main game, that is wrestling. What picture you can see here over here? Wrestling. And the another game was the hunting. These both were games very popular as the means of entertainment. Alright. So students, the wrestling and the hunting were the very famous and popular games during the ancient civilization. Okay, and you can see that they used some game boards, and the games men also in Egypt they used some game boards and games men to play. That particular game we are also playing nowadays. Game board and the games men. Okay, for example, elephant, horse, then camel. Do you remember? Yes, these games men and the game board. The game is called chess. Exactly. So in that Egypt, that particular game is called Senna, which is similar like chess. I am going to show you the pictures of it. Okay, and after that, even there were another toys or another games also were very popular. That is whistles, then rattles, bullock carts, animals and birds on field. So such type of games or toys also you can find it over there. Then see, this is called the game board and these are the game names. Do you remember, even when we are playing the chess, we can find these game names also, right? Are you familiar with this? Okay. And this is called the Harappan toy. So such type of games were very popular, and these games were of course the means of entertainment. Even we love to play the game, right? Next is the music and dance. That is also very important means of entertainment during the festival. now also without music, without dance, our occasion, our festival, our event is incomplete. Yes or no? Same way in ancient civilization also music and dance were very popular, especially during the festival. In Mesopotamia, okay, the balam is one of the string instrument was very famous. See students, this is the picture of the balam which had 11 strings. Okay, and there were another instruments also like cymbals, rattles, flutes, drums, etc. Clear with this? Then the Egyptian king, also known as pharaohs, okay, and these kings they used to participate in the dance during the festivals. Students, Mohenjo-daro also, the dance was very famous, music and dance was very famous, and how we come to know about it, that there are excavations were found into the bronze images of the dancers, and that's why we all come to know that in Mohenjo-daro also dance was, music and dance played a very important role. Okay students, so till now what we have seen, we have just seen the brief history of this civilization. From when? From the human civilization to the human civilizations from the Stone Age to this early civilization. But students, next year, I know this is your last chapter. So next year, you are going to learn more about the Harappa civilization in detail. Alright, so what we have studied in this chapter in the historic period, that the first, what is culture? Second, ancient river valleys. Third, the ancient riverine civilization. In that we had seen the 4 subpoints: Mesopotamia, Egypt, China and Harappa. Later on we have seen the sports and entertainment as well as the town planning of that